morning, everybody.
Good morning.
This is my uncle, Dr. Andrew Daniele. He's a chiropractor, and he's going to speak to you guys today about strength and a stronger alignment and your posture.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I'm not giving a chiropractic talk. I always like to say that because people think, well, you're a chiropractor, you're going to speak about chiropractic. No, but I will tell you a little bit about myself, and it is amazing as far as the acoustics in this room. Wow, it's really, I can hear it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so good for you.
Can you work on the
Don't stray from
temperature
your
too?
microphone.
It's fine. What about the?
Don't stray from your microphone.
I will not stray from my microphone. Can you hear me now? So, okay, so I was 16 years old, and I was sitting in the cafeteria at my college prep high school, and everybody was prepared for college except for me. I didn't know what I wanted to do, and it bothered me a lot. And a friend of mine said, when I was complaining to him that all you guys know what you want to do and I don't have a clue, he said, why don't you become a chiropractor? And I said to him, why would you say that to me? He goes, well, I go to a chiropractor and that's all he talks about is a career in chiropractic. So if you go and talk to him about it, maybe he'll get off my back. So I said, okay. So I called Dr. Delaney in Freehold. You know Freehold? Freehold, New Jersey.
Doug knows where Freehold is.
Doug knows everything. So I called him and I said, Greg told me to talk to you about being a chiropractor. And he goes, wonderful, do you know what chiropractors do? And I said, well, yeah, you help people with back problems. He goes, that's old chiropractic. Modern chiropractic is much more than that. It's about getting your spine in alignment and getting your nerves working right and getting your body working right so you live a healthier life. Come on in, I'll tell you about it. And he explained, and I'm not going to explain all that to you, but basically he explained that chiropractic is a method to get your body stronger, more resilient, so you could live longer and healthier. I said, sign me up. 16 years old, that was it. Like I knew I wanted to be a chiropractor and I was ready to go. I graduated chiropractic school in 1983, and I opened an office in New Jersey. And they taught us in chiropractic school, everyone should go to a chiropractor to keep your body strong. But if you're going to be a successful chiropractor, you're going to need an extra strong body because it's hard work. So you really need to get your own spine adjusted at least once a week. I said, okay. So 1983 to 2021, I had one of the busiest practices around. I would see hundreds of people every week. And I like to listen to science programs on my phone. I don't know why. Puts me to sleep. But gravity is an amazing concept as far as we use it to, there's a rocket that went off this morning. We use our knowledge of gravity, but we really don't understand exactly what gravity is or how it works. But there's one thing that we know. Gravity keeps us on the planet, and that's a good thing. But other than that, gravity wears us down, makes us tired, and does terrible things to our joints. All right, think of your skeleton. Oh, by the way, I should have said this when I started. It's been a long time since I gave a talk. That's not real. That's a plastic model.
Thank God.
Okay, good thing to know.
Scared.
Gravity is a destructive force, isn't it? It is. If it wasn't for gravity, tires wouldn't wear out on cars. Bridges would last forever. Gravity compresses everything, including your body. Science has determined or come up with this concept. If it wasn't for the compression of gravity, we would probably live 200 to 300 years. Not kidding. Any weight-bearing structure, whether it be your skeleton or the front end of your car, if it's in good alignment, it will last longer than if it's out of alignment. Think of the nicest car that you ever bought. I don't know what it might be, a Mercedes, a Cadillac, whatever. If you bought that thing and all the parts were new, the tires were new, top of the line Michelin's, If it was out of alignment, it wouldn't steer properly, it would get poorer mileage, the parts would wear out quicker, it wouldn't be as much fun to drive. Does all that make sense? Well, the same is true for your body. If your skeleton and your posture is off, things will be more stressful, you'll need more energy, you'll get more tired, you won't rest properly, and things won't be as fun. So I want you to know that there are things that you can do that I'm going to show you that will make it a whole lot easier to get through the day with more balance and stronger, no matter where you are physically, as far as what you can do, what you can't do. All right. So I want to talk a little bit about symmetry. Symmetry, to review, means balance, when things are even, right? Did you know, this is an interesting fact. I don't know how they come up with these things, but you know that your face isn't symmetrical, right? One eye is a little higher than the other, one cheek. Our faces are not at all symmetrical. They say if you had a person that you know that you've seen hundreds of times, and all of a sudden their face got symmetrical where the right side was exactly like the left, you wouldn't even recognize the person. They look so different. Okay? So our bodies are not perfectly symmetrical. You got to understand that. And it's easy if you looked inside the body, the heart's on one side, the liver's on the other side. Our bodies are not symmetrical. But there should be some type of balance. You know, it's a blessing and a curse being a chiropractor. When you're a chiropractor, you look at people and you automatically say to yourself, wow, that person's head's really tilted. Oh, look at the shoulders are off. Look at how the hips are off. Could you imagine how that could be living like that your whole life, looking at people and seeing how they're out of balance? But it is true that a lot of people are out of balance. And the reason why is because A, they didn't take care of their skeleton as well as they could have. B, they probably had a few accidents. C, they may have had some kind of job where they're doing one thing the same way all the time. And that adds up over the course of your life. So our bodies are not that even. They're not that symmetrical. So you want to think about, how can I make my body more symmetrical? How can I make my body stronger? Now, how many people here, by a show of hands, do some type of exercise? Even if you're sitting while you do it. Now, this is wonderful. This is wonderful. This is really working out does not have to be going to the gym, but you should do something. Question, did you ever have a yoga person in here show you chair yoga?
Me!
You did, right? You told me you
Every
did that.
Monday.
Okay.
I do it.
Did she tell you her credentials for yoga?
I don't think I have.
Okay, we don't need to go there right now. All right, so this is one thing that I think everyone should do. Yoga is a form of exercise, okay? It could be other things to other people as far as like a culture, you know, a spiritual path or whatever, but let's just talk about it as an exercise. It has been around for thousands of years. I'm going to go over how you can get your body to be more balanced. All right, so this is the spine. Here are the hips down here. This is the backbone. When you see somebody without their shirt on, you look at their back. You see all the bumps going up their back? That's each individual bone of the spine. You've got 24 bones in your spine. And the spine should be straight when you look at it from the back or from the front. But when you look at it from the side, and this is what you got to get, it's not straight. It should be curved. The neck goes forward. The middle spine curves backwards. The lumbar spine goes forward. We call that the small of the back, right? And our hips go backward again. That's why our butts stick out a little bit. So you have curves like this. And the reason for these curves are really important. When the curves are in place, the spine can act like a big spring. It absorbs shock. Thank you, Danielle. So you want your spine to be able to absorb shock. It is the one part of the skeleton that is meant to absorb shock. Think about it for a second. Your knees, your hips, they're not shock absorbing joints. But your spine is one big shock absorbing apparatus. Interesting fact, I don't know how they come up with this stuff, but they say that you could take any person on the planet without any exception, have them stand up. If you could magically relax every muscle in their body all at once, every single person would fall forward. Nobody would fall backward. Nobody would fall to the side. Everyone would fall forward. That's why when you see people that are in trouble, no matter what their age, let's say they had an injury or they did something to aggravate their muscles, they're always in a forward position. Okay. It's sort of like the body's default setting. When people are aging well and having a good time, usually they're in a pretty good posture. This forward posture is not good. Okay? That's the one thing that I came here to tell you, is being in a forward posture is not good for you. So we're going to work on a simple exercise that works beautifully if you do it on a regular basis. And it's really, really simple. You should be able to draw a straight line from the ankle to the knee, to the hip, to the shoulder, to the ear. You're going to do this with me. You're going to push your butt back as far as you can. Wiggling is encouraged here. Okay. Then what you're going to do is you're going to imagine your hips are just a few inches forward. You're going to get your shoulders right over your hips. And then you're going to bring your head back without moving your shoulders. I realize that, all right, I should tell you this beforehand. Just relax for a minute. This is like many things in life. It seems really hard when you do it at the first, but if you practice it, it gets better and better. Backside all the way back, shoulders over your hips, head back, and then magically shoulders down and back. How long are you going to hold that for? As long as you can. Believe it or not, 10 seconds might be a lot for some people.